Hi everyone, Scorpio from family, friends, and cross watchers. It's December 12th, but if you find this reading today, it is for you. I'll be announcing the winner of the free reading giveaway in a post today. I'm also trying out something new as far as like the view, so let me know how this works. All right, let's get started. Awesome. All right, so yesterday's reading was called When an Angel Gets Its Wings. And I feel like there was a major level up in your energy recently, Scorpio. We started with the Lenormand deck. I kind of want to pull a couple from that today and just kind of see where it goes. Spirit guides, angels, Archangel Michael, Most High, please protect this reading. Send any negative energy back transmuted tenfold for the greatest good of all. Amen. So mote it be, as above, so below. The bear reversed and the book reversed. It's possible somebody was telling like a story about you, or you were telling yourself a story about you. You might be 26 years old with 2 and 6 here. About like this like energy of like tyrannical, like needing to be productive for the sake of being productive. I'm hearing coffee. So like coffee was implemented into the work week at the Ford factory, I believe, in America, but it was already in use in Germany because it is like, it makes people productive. It makes people like happier. It can increase your, I think your dopamine. I don't know. Again, this is a tarot channel, so don't take any like medical advice from me or anything like that. But maybe you drink a lot of coffee, or maybe there's a part of you that feels like it's better to be productive than to allow for things in their own time. But with these cards both coming out reversed, this is like an illusion. This could also indicate somebody you're dealing with. The bear is maternal. It's like unruly maternal or matriarchal energy. So maybe a mother figure. With the garden reversed, you might be 20 years old. Again, 26. That's interesting. You have 26 and then 26 there. The garden is like a place of socialization, but it's reversed here. So you might be in hermit mode. You might be like in the cave. You might have like withdrawn. I don't know why these are all reversed. This might be somebody else's energy, and somebody's energy continues to kind of like bleed into yours. So I don't know if you need to like visit a Reiki healer, or like, I don't know, just there's Reiki healers on TikTok that can be really helpful, but it's almost like there's like, I'm seeing like holes in your energy field, like somebody's playing some sort of game of like cat and mouse. Weird. Okay, that's just a download coming through for somebody. What is this bear reverse, please, for Scorpios? Bear reverse. Bears are also interesting because they go into hibernation, but they kind of like, they sleep, right? And then they come back out in the spring. But I don't think bears fully hibernate. At least not in the area where I'm at. They don't like fully hibernate. It's kind of a myth. Maybe that's not true for all bears, but that's coming through for somebody. I don't know. Like, maybe you thought it was time to withdraw, and like what's actually happening in the shadows or in your cave is like a creation. Like if you're a mama bear, for instance, or if there's like a pregnant bear goes into hibernation, she comes out in the spring with cubs, right? So yeah, maybe you're gestating. Queen of Cups reversed, 7 of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so if you're again, this unruly matriarchal energy with the Queen of Cups reverse is like maybe you or somebody you're dealing with is like super overprotective. Like like if you cross their boundaries even the littlest bit, they like snap. Often, the way I understand it is that's from trauma. Mother bears are super protective over their young, especially because like any competing male bears will like eat their cubs, or that's a risk, right? So bears have some really gnarly behaviors, even though they're like beautiful creatures. That's just something coming out here. So your Seven of Wands, if this is you and you were being perceived this way with the story here, somebody telling a story about you, you're coming out victorious, fending off all of these staves. This is so interesting because this guy in the Six of Wands, right? He rides into town with his laurel wreath. It's like he's already come from victory on the battlefield with the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. And then in the Seven of Wands, it's like people are mad that he's winning. So they like try to tear him down off of his high hill. And then the Eight of Wands is like all of these wands like flying at the guy. And then in the Nine of Wands, he's been injured, but he has his walls up. And then in the Ten of Wands, he's like, peace out. Like, I'm better than this BS. So in the Seven of Wands, you've done some sort of level up, and there might be people trying to bring you down, especially if you were previously perceived in this Queen of Cups reversed, bear reverse energy. The story reverse, something is being evened out regarding potentially gossip with the garden in the story here. Something is being balanced out. What is being balanced out here for Scorpio? Might be saying 222. Ooh. Yeah, 222. Two of Wands and the Page of Swords. I'm getting like a really different message coming through with this Page of Swords. Usually it's like someone spying or using some form of like mental acumen or acuity to discern a truth through like a cloudy or what might have been a clouded situation, cutting away illusion. But the Page is also a youthful energy who is blinded by the, like, I don't know if I would call it like naivety or hopefulness of youth, but more like the, I'm hearing like the arrogance of youth. Like this Page is like, he's like in his prime, he's all strong and his hair's flowing in the wind, and I'm getting like a Braveheart, William Wallace kind of vibe. But it's also almost like silly, and I don't know why. It's somebody who, like Prince Charming from Shrek, he's like showing off, and he's been training for this moment his whole life, and then he gets to the tower after taking his sweet time getting there because he wanted to show off, and then there's just a fox in a dress, and like his princess is already off married to somebody else. This is so like, if you're dealing with like a situation where you were waiting for somebody to come in, it's you've been like fending off all of this, I don't know, like the world, or like just kind of maybe you've been in survival mode or something. And then this person here is just like, they're like in pretend survival mode. That's interesting. That's an interesting message to come through. They're like, look at all the things I've done to come save you. And you're like, no, that's not how survival mode works, for one. Also, thank you, but like, that's not my style. Like, that's not what I need right now. Interesting. What is the Two of Pentacles with the Two of Wands for Scorpio? This one wants to come out. A Hierophant. Interesting. Okay, okay. So the Hierophant can very well indicate you adopting your own sort of divine inner masculine, standing upon the keys of the kingdom, so to speak. The kingdom of heaven is spread upon the earth and man do not see it, I think is one of Jesus's quotes, and I believe it's the book of Thomas, one of the Gnostic Gospels. The petty part of me wants to say he doesn't mention women, but that's not that's not the point of that part of the gospel. Sorry. It's also a little bit like petty or biased. That's so interesting. The Queen of Cups reversed, I'm like getting a really strong... You may have been dealing with somebody who was sexist. I'm getting some really strong, like... I think that's what this Page of Swords, this arrogance of the Page of Swords is here. And then you having to like step into your Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, like the Hierophant with the book. It's like you rewriting the story from like a heroine's perspective. Male or female, it doesn't matter. You may also be dealing with some sort of like marriage situation, or somebody may be coming towards you, offering you the world, and you're kind of like, I don't know, it's like you've already got the world in your hands. I'm seeing the gray on this card and the gray on the Two of Wands, because gray is not like a really, I don't think it's like a really common background color for these cards. It's almost like something around this situation is you navigating a gray area. And like you may be, if this isn't somebody coming towards you, this Page of Swords, you may be tempted to try and like cut through the gray area with like a black and white solution. But to do so would be foolish, is what I'm hearing. The gray area is gray for a reason. There is no black and white solution. There's a need for give and take. There's Two of Pentacles is looking that way, and the Two of Wands is looking that way. We're going to clarify what this situation exactly is. There's also these two keys crossed evenly here. And this staff, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I've seen it on like Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff. I think it's, what I'm hearing is like transformer, like a transformer. It's like something that brings a lot of energy into like, and like divvies it up into like where it needs to go. So you may be working with like a lot of energy and needing to divvy it up. So if you were in this Queen of Cups reverse, like bear reverse energy as well, like if you were this kind of mama bear, like kind of figure who was super on the defensive, again, potentially because of like trauma or being in survival mode, you've learned how to like transmute this. And if this person is coming, if a person is coming in, you may be thinking like, you may be weighing your options thinking like, I've done all this work to be able to, Knight of Cups, yeah, this is definitely a love offer coming in for you, or like some sort of, could be a business offer, but the Knight of Cups is my like emotional love offer card. You may be like, Chariot reversed on the bottom of the deck, and Strength. Yeah, you might be thinking like, I've done all this work to kind of get balanced or stay balanced and undo the like gossip or the writing of the story, or like the Page is also somebody, the sword can indicate a pen. So it's somebody who was like maybe in the midst of writing an epic or their own epic or something like that. And it's like you've just found your footing and gotten to this point of being able to transmute some major energy. This is your Seven of Wands, your level up. And it's like somebody sees this, maybe a couple of people see this, and they want to offer you this cup or come in and be like, let me save you. This Page of Swords is giving me the funniest, like, I don't know why I find that guy so funny today. I don't usually get that feeling from the Page of Swords. What's the Guard in reverse? And then we'll look into the Thoth Tarot, I think, with this. The Five of Wands. Gossip, yeah. And again, with the Five of Wands, it's like, you have the Seven of Wands here and the Five of Wands. The card in between is the victorious rider with the laurel wreath, right? Like ending out his battle here, having won this this good-natured combat. These polka dots indicate like some playfulness. So this is not like a full-on like war. It's like they're using their staves to practice for war, and it's good-natured, although competitive. 555 you might be seeing, or 55. Eight of Wands reversed. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of fire energy. Ooh, in here. That's all these cards wanted to come out. Cool. We're gonna look at those in a second. So we talked about the eight, like the story of the 5 to the 8, or the 9 of Wands rather, and the 10, and then we have the 8 of Wands reversed. So the way that you've learned how to fight this gossip or this like stuff going on behind your back or like whatever in social, like pettiness essentially, is just this ability to transmute energy, which is why you have the Hierophant here and the 8 of Wands reversed on top of the 5 of Wands. Like the battlefield for you is, it starts in the like in the air with these wands, right? Like in the mind as well with the sword, and like you understand how to send back energy transmuted for the greatest good of all. And what is the result of that in this situation? Oh, that was quick. Knight of Wands coming in. You might have multiple people coming in trying to be like, yo, I see what's going on with you and I want to be a part of it. And they might talk like that. Like they might. The Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles. Lots of pages and knights, and this, and Strength wanted to come out earlier, so we're going to pull it out. Like, Ace of Wands. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at the bottom of the deck now. Because it just wants to keep talking. This is so weird. Okay, so I'm reading you right now, Scorpio, as this Hierophant character. It might be a Taurus that you're dealing with, though. It could be anything. There's like all kinds of signs out on the table, but I see the Hierophant in the middle. And you've got all these people coming in because you've won like some kind of battle. Or like, especially in the ether, in like the realms of the ether, right? You've achieved inner balance. There's tons of masculine energy on this table, and then you have the Queen of Cups reverse and the Bear reverse up here. And your fortunes are like coming in. This Ace of Wands is feeling really like physical, sexual to me. It's not always. Sometimes I read the Ace of Wands as just purely like vital energy or like awakening of Kundalini, or learning how to use Kundalini like in this transformer sense. Robot sense, guys. I don't know what is going on here, but there's so much like youthful, playful, silly, masculine energy all over this board, and then this Ace of Wands, and you're like this no nonsense, like spiritual, like the masculine of the masculines modified by strength. You're just kind of taking your time. So I think no matter who's coming in or what's coming in for you, like you're being encouraged to recognize the importance of stability and going slowly but surely at your own pace. And this may take strength to maintain this balance with the number 8 here and the infinity symbol over this angel. And this strength may involve a certain amount of vulnerability or going into the lion's den, doing something that you're, I don't know. So this guy at a Thai restaurant once overheard my friend and I talking, and then in the middle of the conversation he said, my people have a saying that if you stick your hand into the alligator's mouth and you're afraid, it'll bite your hand off. But if you stick your hand into the alligator's mouth and you're not afraid, it won't. And it was one of those moments where it felt like the universe, 2122 on the timer, stepped in and just used that guy to like say exactly what needed to be said in that moment, and then went away. It was like so bizarre, and apt for that particular conversation. But that's what is coming through here. It's like you're really being encouraged to stay stable. Anything that brings you like fear or makes you second guess yourself or is requiring more energy or like trying to like bring you off balance essentially, then like anything that's sort of trying to play on your vital energy or your fortunes right now, you're being encouraged to just transmute it with the eight of wands. Transmute it, and proceed without fear. Yeah, you're in a state of mastery right now with the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of the Major Arcana Strength card 8 right here, followed by card 9, the Hermit, 7 of Cups reversed, and the World reversed. 7 of Cups reversed, it's people casting illusions. So again, all these people all over your spread right now, if you were in a situation with the Garden reversed and the Book reversed and the Bear reversed that involved a lot of like major key players or like high level like stakes, especially esoteric or financial, or even competitively like athletic with all the wands. Again, you're this like Hierophant energy, Strength, the Hermit. You're making all of these people look like knights and pages, essentially. And you don't even, like, you might not even, it's because you're in your own lane with this Hierophant, Knight of Pentacles. You're staying balanced, and you're just like, again, transmuting, kind of focusing on your work. The World reversed. Interesting here. And the Hermit. I'm going to ask about the World reversed and the Hermit. If you like this reading so far, please remember to like and share and comment and subscribe. You can enter to win a free reading on, I'm going to do 1/11, I think, instead of 1/1, because that's New Year's Day. So just put 1/11 in the comments, free reading, and I'll announce the winner of today's free reading in a post after this. If you do win the free reading, please keep in mind you'll need to email me. But otherwise, I will not reach out for any like contact information. Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit. So you're waiting for some sort of like, some seeds you've planted to ripen, which is why this is so weird. So this is an illusion though. The Nine of Pentacles reversed, the World reversed, and the Seven of Cups reversed. This is an illusion. Somebody is like, what? You may have been in hermit mode, especially again with that Bear reverse, and you might have some illusions about your social capabilities. You may believe, for instance, that like you might have social anxiety here, or you may believe, for instance, that you need to do more for yourself or for a situation, like you need to work harder. Again, that's come through a couple of times in the last couple of days. In order to have value socially or even in yourself. But this illusion is being cast by the shadow of your hermit. Essentially, like you've been in hermit mode for too long now. And like when you do emerge into a social situation, what I'm seeing again is like, if you've been rejected or something in a Queen of Pentacles reverse, a social situation, it may be because people around you are like a little bit threatened by your capabilities, especially if you're the kind of person who spends a lot of time alone and you're comfortable in yourself. I feel like people who usually need other people around them are finding their own way to like avoid the self sometimes. There's nothing wrong with socializing by any means or by enjoying other people's company, but it can be a distraction from spending time with our shadows. And you, on the other hand, have apparently spent like too much time with your shadows, and it's blinded you to your self-worth. And your worth in social situations. Page of Pentacles reverse, Nine of Swords, the Star, the High Priestess, and the Tower reversed. Yeah, your shadows have potentially like given you some anxiety, like you've been up at night, kind of worried about, like maybe you need to reintegrate into society again after a trauma with this. I'm just seeing this Queen of Cups reverse and the Bear reverse is like some sort of survival mode trauma, whatever it was. You might have been dealing with some PTSD, and if you have been, you've been doing a really awesome job according to this spread, especially in rewriting whatever story was being, maybe you were with the Book reverse and then Balance and the Hierophant here, it's very likely, and then you had like a sexist at the beginning of the readings, that you were being gaslit, which has come out in your readings before. It's an unfortunate common thing, maybe even by a group of people, but you've demonstrated acuity, again, mental acuity, like in all the realms, essentially, of like being able to overcome whatever situation came before for you. Like you've done that. And you have the strength to move forward, but you are wanting to be in hermit mode still. I think what you're not seeing is that this gives you a certain amount of anxiety. Like, humans are not necessarily meant to be alone. We're social creatures, and our egos equate aloneness with, like, the fear of death, essentially, because in our like evolution, to be isolated from your tribe was to be like potentially dead. Like the hermit has capabilities in nature and knowledge about the world that allows him to survive alone, and it's not an easy task to get there. So you have the tools and the capabilities to survive alone. but I don't know that you want to. You have 9 and 9 here. Especially because you may be haunted by something. Or because maybe the idea of like communicating beyond the veil is not what you would like to consider your wish fulfillment. But the star is here with the High Priestess, the 9 of Swords, and then the Hermit, the Major Arcana at 9. And he's holding a star. And he's holding this star back over this like situation. He has strength and he establishes Joaquin and Boaz, strength. It's like you manifested this situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stars on the star. All right. We're going to clarify a little bit with the Thoth Tarot and then close this out. Not all of our readings can be super helpful or hopeful. I'm feeling a little bit like meh about this reading. Not in a bad way, but just kind of like, okay, well, if you're hearing this and this is your reading, it's like you are at 31:31 on the timer. You already know. You already know all this. Knight of Cups reversed. What you might not be admitting to yourself, interesting, is that you don't... Ooh, I'm getting a weird shadow coming up here. All those characters that were coming out, that were like maybe coming into your energy, you manifested those. You may not want them consciously, but your hermit, like High Priestess, Hierophant, like person alone in the woods with the moon, that part of you deeply desires security in a social context. And so it's like you manifest these offers and then you reject them because you just, that's like, it makes you feel good, even if you don't want them, which is, maybe you're the one playing that game of cat and mouse that we were talking about. Wow. Luxury, 4 of Cups. Yeah, so the 4 of Cups is like being offered a cup and then being like, nah, I don't want that. This is someone's message. So what's the solution to this? Like, you have everything you want, or you have the ability to have everything that you want. You're in this Queen of Discs energy. Queen of Discs reverse came out over here previously, and it's like that was part of the illusion. The Queen of Discs reverse and the 9 of Pentacles reverse. The illusion that you need to work harder in order to like be accepted amongst a social circle is guarding you from, if it's not a sense of like insecurity in social settings, again with that social anxiety, with strength that we were talking about, then it's the admission that maybe you will not find a social circle that satisfies whatever it is that you're hoping for from that, and that the social circle you are satisfied with is a more like, I'm hearing Jungian, like Carl Jung spent a lot of time with his shadows, right? And alone, like writing about encounters with his unconscious, and like the Red Book is literally a conversation with his soul, and it's the most like intense, weird, awesome like story. But he spent a lot of time alone, and then the time that he didn't spend alone, he was spending with like clients and in a state of like analysis. So he was like cross-examining, you know, people, and he couldn't really find anybody, I don't think, that like met him on his level, other than a very tight-knit social circle of like 4 or 5 people that he gave the Red Book to before it was published, like some 50 years later. So you might be into some really, out there, or you might be like really deeply into your work with that Eight of Pentacles that was here and the Hermit. And you might be so deeply into your work, again, that the people around you, they just can't meet you on your level. Like, and I am definitely hearing that you need to stop this game of cat and mouse, this illusion of like looking for fulfillment in others. So the Nine of Cups is here with the Queen of Discs. This is the result of you undoing that that illusion for yourself. Knight of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords reversed. Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups is an interesting character to come out on top of the Knights here, because he is, one of the readings for him, he's an artist, but he's kind of cruel. He's not a very nice person. And you might be this person. Scorpio energy, right? Like, you might be this person who's dedicated to your art, and if somebody comes in with some nonsense, you're like, no. Like, maybe cutting, rebuffing people's like emotional offers. You're like, I'm not even dealing with that. And you might not be like coming off like in the nicest way, but with the eagle on top of his head, I mean, he does have his freedom. I think there's gotta be, like, I don't know, there's something about this that you have security and you have happiness. Emotional, 3D. I think this is Capricorn, the Queen of Discs. And then some Pisces energy. Those might be energies in your chart that you can look at, or some friends you might be dealing with, Pisces, Capricorn. And maybe even just some energies that you can embrace a little bit to feel a sense of security and happiness. Is there like, what is this Prince of Cups? If this Prince of Cups isn't you, it might be somebody coming in to try and trump all of those like offers that were coming your way with like other people, Knights and Pages. And this might be somebody trying to meet you on your level, but like misinterpreting what your level is. Princess of Cups, yeah. This person, like right as I said that, Prince to Princess of Cups, they're misinterpreting you as the Princess of Cups. And I'm seeing this Princess of Cups reversed as like that Queen of Cups bear reversed beforehand. Like, this is somebody definitely coming in thinking you're in need of some rescuing or being swept away or something. The Princess of Cups, like, this fish is out of water on this card. And the turtle is like coming out of its shell. The lotus indicates rebirth. And then the swan is beauty. I'm also hearing Lita in the swan, which is a really awful story about something we don't need to talk about here. But it's almost like in that story, if you are familiar with it, Zeus thinks he's doing this like woman on earth a favor because he's a god and she's like not. But I mean, she's being assaulted in that story, and that's her perspective, right? So like somebody is completely misinterpreting your perspective in this situation and trying to meet you on your level. Oh my god, okay, like we get it. We get that. Prince of Wands, it might... yeah. Somebody might be seeing you in like a princess, prince energy or whatever, and you're fully in the priestess. Like, you're like, don't come to me with anything less. And that's why you're sort of in this Four of Cups. Queen of Wands reversed. That's interesting. The Devil. Again, Capricorn energy. Six of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Cups. Ten of Cups. So I think that what's going on here in the end result of your reading is that you've reached a certain level of like contentment. You go from the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups to satiety and indolence with the Four of Cups back here. Queen of Wands reversed, Devil, Success reversed, and then I'm thinking about that Two of Wands that was in the middle. Like, you've reached a point of stability in your life and even a level of like being able to manifest or create outcomes for yourself that is almost disenchanting. Like you kind of lost sight of the whole purpose of like what it was you were doing to begin with, which might be why you want to reintegrate. But this Queen of Wands reverse is somebody who like, she gossips or she doesn't use her ability to influence like wisely. She can be vain. And if this is you, Seven of Pentacles, excuse me. So if this is you, the Queen of Wands reversed with the Devil, you're being encouraged to like, again, be in that Hierophant Knight of Pentacles energy, like take slow but steady steps towards fulfillment. Mars and Pisces. Steady steps towards fulfillment with like, Pisces is like a kind of dreamy energy. It's kind of like, ooh, this is what I want to happen, but it's not all about action steps. And the Queen of Wands is about action steps. So you may be like the Fool reversed, like not taking the action steps towards manifesting. Because Eight of Cups, you walked away from something that left you maybe feeling depressed, or like, I don't even, like if the universe has been kind of putting you through a bunch of different cycles, right? And like giving you one ability or one insight only to like throw you some curveball, you're just kind of like, I don't want to play that game anymore. Although I can't really say that on the other side is like a better end result, only that there's part of the cycle of like 3D reality on Earth. I'm hearing like rebirth or resurrection or like multiple lives, like Dharma. Part of the cycle is just to live it out. I'm being drawn back to the coffee thing. Like if you drink coffee to give you energy, I'm hearing like you might benefit by like generating your own energy through exercise, or like maybe switching to tea for a while. Just a couple, 43, 44, yeah. Let's see. The Devil again. Okay. Something's going on with you, Scorpios. What's the Devil? Ten of Cups reversed and the Three of Wands. The Devil is, yeah, is you waiting for a Ten of Cups situation. You might actually, in the shadow, feel a sense of satiety from waiting for something that's never gonna arrive. Like you might actually, the Tower reversed, yeah, feel some sort of, and the High Priestess reversed. Yeah. You might feel some sort of, almost like a masochistic, like, joy from waiting for something that is never going to come in. Queen of Wands reversed again. Like, instead of manifesting, or taking action towards what it is you want. Or even instead of knocking something down and rebuilding, for a 10 of Cups, it's like you're a little bit addicted to, or even the King of Pentacles. This is like a divine pair, I think, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Like, he's really secure and she's really like, he's really grounded and secure, and she's really like intuitive and like a little bit flashy. I think they're like a good pair. You're like settling for some false, this is a false morale. The devil, I believe. Six of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is a really long reading because there's something here that like you have an internal block. There's like a block. Like it's either something you don't want to see, or it's something you're tricking yourself into not seeing so that you don't have to take the action that you know is necessary for your happiness because you're afraid of being happy. Six of Pentacles. You're afraid of like having things fair and even in balance, and you're afraid of like, so this dog, the Eight of Discs reversed, he's like a truffle hunting dog, and he knows that these are there even though he can't see them. Like, he can sniff them out. It might be a she, I don't know. It's a dog and it's awesome. Okay. I'd be seeing 888. This is you like having this illusion that you need to work your booty off in order to like be socially accepted, or in order to bring about like happiness into your life. But you know that already. You already know that that's an illusion. And yet you're playing the game of like, you're playing into that illusion, so you don't need to take the action necessary for this Three of Wands. What is Scorpio's advice here so that we can stop beating the horse with the, beating the dead horse with a stick? Two of Wands is your advice. And the King of Cups, and the Chariot. Okay. Two of Wands. It is time to move forward with compassion for yourself, especially Scorpio. This is a Scorpio card. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for any of the mistakes that you've made in the past. Have compassion if you believed in an illusion or a situation that was not coming to fruition for you, or if you believed your 10 of Cups was something that it wasn't, and then all of that came crashing down. Whatever it is, have compassion for yourself, and things will move forward much more quickly than you even knew. The Chariot, I like that these are called, I think they're called shaggy mane, but they're also like soldier mushrooms because they grow in like straight lines by the side of the road. And the Chariot, traditionally the chariots on the Chariot were used for war. So there's something about soldiering on here, which nobody who's been through any sort of trauma or major ending, or I don't know, has done some sort of dance with the devil in the past really wants to hear. Soldier on, right? Nine of Cups. But this is your Nine of Cups. This is your emotional fulfillment. Like, this is taking you out of waiting for something to happen that's never going to happen. This is coming out of dormancy when it's upright through water. But reversed, it's like there's no water, it's dry, and there's something dormant. Page of Pentacles, seriously? Page of Pentacles reversed. What's dormant is your ability to like generate your own energy and security. And again, it's because you've been waiting. Seven of Pentacles. Well, I think the energy that was coming through for this reading was like a very intense almost I was getting like CPTSD or something, like very intense lack of compassion for yourself and your circumstances, Scorpio. Yeah, 3 of hearts, or 3 of swords on the bottom after dealing with heartbreak. The Emperor, maybe stepping into your Emperor energy though, and you're doing so by holding compassion for yourself and others. Woo. I still have a really weird, heavy, like kind of sad feeling from this reading. And that might not change. Sometimes I like to read until like I get a feeling of like a positive, like clearing out or like some good advice or something. The Beloved reversed. Card 5. I'm just seeing that you gave out your heart, and like it's like no matter what you do or whoever you give it to, it's like it's a risk that you're not taking right now. The Witness reversed. Oh, 64. You might be 64 or 65 years old. The Witness reversed is interesting. The Harvest reversed. And the Owl. Might be 39. So owl wisdom is about like, owls can ferry messages from the living to the dead. They can, they have this really interesting ability to be able to like map the forest in their minds, like not only on a ground level, right, because they fly, so they know like every stick and twig and branch, like from the treetops down essentially, and they have these silencing feathers on the fronts of their wings. They can turn their head almost all the way around. It's like it's an illusion. That's part of the illusion, is like they're going in a 360, which might be your illusion card over here, the 7 of Cups reversed. It's like you might feel like you're going in circles and circles and circles, but this is you understanding like the wisdom of like moving in silence, of what's hidden, of what's been hidden. And maybe also accepting sort of like what it is you gave up to be able to have like a, if you're the kind of person who like is a medium or something, or can convey messages from the dead, which has come up in your readings before, multiple times, then you're being encouraged to embrace your witness consciousness like more often. You may need to like really engage in meditation. And again, with that coffee thing, like if you're drinking a lot of coffee and you're trying to sit in meditation, that can be really difficult, right? So this is like you're stepping in the way of your own blessings right now, because maybe you're focused on wanting a more traditional blessing. But owl medicine is also, it can be like genetically inherited, or like inherited from the yoga, the Sanskrit term for lineage, like in yoga, is just like whoever you directly learned your knowledge from. And it has nothing to do with like your bloodline or your family or anything like that. It's just like the lineage of your teachers. So if you were taught some owl medicine or bird medicine, that's a really serious, it's a really serious responsibility. And you maybe didn't realize the responsibility involved so much heaviness. My family has some owl medicine, and one of the things that is taught about owl medicine is that you need to be careful like who you give like an owl feather to. or how you use owl medicine, because again, it's part of that, like, the intermediary between life and death, and it can usually bring major transformational endings to situations. So if you've been hearing like owls hooting or something, and you're experiencing some really big changes, you're being encouraged to see this as like your spiritual journey. And this will allow you to like sort of close out this cycle with a little bit more grace and feeling a little bit more nurtured. And if this is your journey, I commend you, and my heart does go out to you, because it's not an easy one. I'm really feeling the weight of it on my heart right now for those of you who I am channeling. I've been through some of that, and I know it's not easy. Whew. I think one more. It's gonna go as long as it needs to go. Not forcing it. Magic. 33. You might be 33 years old. This is maybe part of your Saturn returns. We all know, I think, what happened to Jesus when he was 33. This might be your cross to bear. And it's a weird message to come through, because, like, you wouldn't think that believing in magic would be a cross to bear, right? But believing in magic around people who don't, especially when magic has been, like, evidenced to you, especially something as powerful as, like, owl medicine, it can be a major burden, right? If you're native, or you're associated with a tribe, even if you're not, you are, I think, being encouraged to surround yourself with people who do have beliefs that are more aligned to yours, or like seek out more information to see if you're getting the right knowledge, because your lineage might be, I'm hearing it might have been interfered with. So part of the way that indigenous people and native people were indoctrinated through colonialism was to take people who lived in a community together, on the land together, where they knew the land and they knew how to use the plants and they knew how to fend for themselves. It was to take people out of like their community, off of their land, where they didn't know the land, where they couldn't fend for themselves, and where they couldn't band together to like stand up against an oppressor, because they were like separated from their family unit. Think about what that does to your psyche. Like if you've ever been through a major breakup with somebody and you were in a relationship with that person for a long time, like even just an intense relationship for a short period of time, part of your identity starts to form around that person, right? And if you're in a family group or a village that acts like a family group, and then you're suddenly taken away from that, it's like parts of your identity are stripped away. And then if you're like working with the land, or you know the land, and you know, like, this is how I make food, this is how I trap fish in that creek or whatever, this is the time of year I do that, and then you're taken away from that and put somewhere else and given like flour and sugar or something, you know, and told like, these are your rations, and these are the boundaries of your land now. Like, by the way, there's no resources here because we don't want to give you valuable like resources. Sorry, I'm ranting now, but like, that's part of what happens, right? And then your people are put in a school that tells you this is history, this is what happened, this is what we believe in, this is what everybody believes in, this is what you need to believe in too, this is the language you have to use, you need to write with your right hand. Like, this is somebody's lineage being passed down but interrupted. And it's your job, I think, in the position that you're in right now, to like discover where your lineage has been interrupted. And I don't mean your blood lineage, I mean the stories that surround the reality of your identity. where were those stories interrupted? Where were those stories taken from you? And where were those stories, I'm hearing bastardized. Ooh. Lightning reversed. You might be 30. Yeah, you might definitely be going through a Saturn returns. And you might be on the other side of a Saturn returns, being able to like help other people who are going through this. Like, lightning reverse just makes me think again of that Hierophant character who is able to transmute or transform, like be a transformer for a major amount of energy. I'm going to read this and then we are going to close it out. I feel that message landed pretty heavily at the end there. All right. Life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on Earth. Now lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Yeah. Whoa. Let this initiation release what is in the way of you fulfilling your life purpose. Otherwise, you'll be bound to your karmic fate. This is a time to be courageous and daring. I got chills. Oh my gosh. Woo! Whatever you're 7 and 2 Scorpios, there's a reason that you can transmute all that energy and leave all that drama behind you. And there's a reason why all of these characters in your reading are coming to you with like Page and Knight energy and just not meeting you on your level. And it's because your destiny that you're here to fulfill involves like righting some major wrongs. That's all I've got for you. Holy moly. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Please don't share too much personal information in the comments. I just want to keep everybody safe. But definitely let me know if and how it resonated with you. You can enter to win the free reading on 1/11 by just putting free reading in the comments. And you can book a personal with me on my Etsy. I have a few options there. You can donate via Cash App or you can join my Patreon. It's just $5.55 a month. So that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you for being here. Bye.